Hi folks, welcome back. So today we're back with the almighty Nightwish Perfume of the Timeless official music video. I'm pointing over there because there's a screen over there with the words on it, just in case you're wondering. This request comes in from, you know who it comes in from. Your man there. You know, HG, not Wells, the very one. So you can thank him if you enjoy this, because this is my thoughts on this. And if you don't like my thoughts on this, you can also thank him, because I'm just doing what I'm told. So the format of this video is going to go right through uninterrupted at first, and then we're going to go back, talk a little bit about what's going on to the best of my ability at this time in the morning with a severe lack of coffee. So if that sounds appealing, hang around. And if it doesn't, see you later. If you happen to enjoy this video, please do subscribe to the channel. Seems to be a lot of you viewers out there are watching the videos but not subscribed. If you subscribe, it helps me out a lot. And yeah, maybe click like if you like it. And if you don't, then click whatever the other thing is. And you can be part of that little club there to your heart's content. So without further ado, let's get going.
of a million loves. We're the perfume of the timeless, last sighs on a deathbed. We are their air dust on their palm. We are because of a million loves. We're the perfume of the timeless, last sighs of a million loves.
That's a coaster. That's not going to help. That's what I'm after. Um, yeah, that was brilliant. Really thought provoking. Actually, obviously I don't have the lyrics in front of me, and there's so much to take in here on a first go. The video is so epic. I mean, everything is epic, even the music, of course. But the video and the music combined, it made me feel like it seemed like a short film to me. Like a movie without words. Of course, there are words in the singing, but you know what I mean. No dialogue as such, but the imagery and the sort of sentiment coming across in the lyrics that I was catching as I went. I'll probably catch more on my second go. Thought provoking in the sense that the overall sense I get is that it's the generational thing and our ancestors and our place on Earth. That everything that has been in our ancestry has pointed towards us, and that seems like a big thing. We're here because of them, and we are now. But then, of course, we just end up being part of that. If you have your own offspring, of course, then you just go to the annals of history, and you become the timeless, I guess, as opposed to the perfume. But yeah, really beautiful. At least that's my immediate take on it. Lots of references there with Shakespeare and Darwin, Einstein, and lots of the great minds. And it's quite clear that a lot of curiosity from the composer, which I'm guessing is Thomas, or Thomas, Big Tom. Yeah, really thought-provoking stuff. Also, what was interesting to me is, of course, I'm well used now to the metal and the symphonic, the orchestra, and those two things blending. But in this track, probably more than ever of the previous Nightwish songs that I've listened to, it seems more like the orchestra in the mix, if anything, is slightly above the band sound. I sort of typically think of any band that has like a symphonic, like if they're a metal band with symphonic elements, the symphonic aspect is around the band or it's slightly below it. It's like a rock band or metal band with the guitars and the drums and stuff like that at the core, and then you get this stuff circling around it. It almost felt like it was an orchestra with a metal band, if that makes sense. So powerful, the strings and the mixing and everything about it, and the horn sections and the swells. It felt like that was bigger than the band. It's all one, of course, but hopefully you should know what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, so I guess we'll go back and talk about some of the stuff. It's just initial impressions, of course, but yeah, I feel like you could probably watch this video multiple times and get something different from it. It's just so much, and it really beautifully shot. Absolutely, really beautiful. So let's go back. Please consider taking a moment to check out my other channel, JW Soundworks. where you will find unique cover song performances, newly composed piano arrangements, and all of my self-composed original music. Go. That sort of reads differently now watching that the second time, because at first it just seemed like a kind of cool effect, but now it seems like the sort of, the neural pathways in the brain, the sort of signals, the electrical signals being sent in the brain, which I guess if we're talking about evolution and stuff like that, of course, that makes a lot more sense. The electricity within us, that's what it seems like now. And then, of course, the drums, very primal, when you think of like music in the past, before we had all these gadgets and stuff like that, making instruments out of wood, and it's very sort of primal, I'm sure that's not accidental. Do you hear how also the drums at the start sound like they belong to the orchestra? Not timpani as such, but it's like tuned percussion, like toms, but it doesn't sound like a drum kit. It sounds like sort of like a percussion section of an orchestra. And then there's a little acoustic drum kit pointing over there, because there's a drum kit. There's all these things, and there's wonderful stuff up there and down here, and all the things you won't see. Anyway, so that little fill of the acoustic drum kit comes in just to signal that the band comes in. That's a nice little touch there, moving from orchestra to rock band. Oh, you youngsters with your rock music. Dun-dun-dun-dun. We're in A minor. Can we work out the riff? Because it is a riff. It's like an ostinato pattern that repeats it was repeating substantially, wasn't it? That's the first part anyway. What does it go to after that? No. It also has an element of, it makes me think a little bit of John Carpenter, It's probably just the ostinato of it, but there's something a little bit sinister about it. So just in case you're interested in what's going on there, that A minor is part of the A natural minor scale. A, B, C, D, E, F is how many notes are in that. C, D, E, F. It's all diatonic, just all, and the keyboard is easy because it's all white keys. But you've got like a pedal note almost, you know, they're alternating with the root note. Root note, root note, root. So, fuck. You got the A's, and then alternating between that. I don't know, can you see it on this? Yeah. You see, so like 50% of it is that A, and then up to the 6, 4, 5. And it does move around an awful lot, like, but anyway, that's the first part. Is it a diminished chord, that? It's definitely got a feel of diminution. Also makes me think a little bit of the part in Bohemian Rhapsody where you get that, it's a famous part in the video where you got the 4 heads of the band, you know, the 4 members, and the vocal effect, and then you see the heads sort of become multiple. It does that. It's just the layering of it, and it builds. Makes me think of that Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. So another comment I really should make is use of arrangement. I've probably mentioned this before in other videos because it is pervasive in his music. You know, rather than moving harmonically or doing something different, moving around, I mean, that's terrible, like, but the point I'm trying to make is you could go anywhere, but rather than doing that, he sticks with the ostinato and instead changes the arrangement. So listen to the, you know, the instruments themselves have changed. The dynamic, different vibe with the same kind of, you know, music. It's the choir again, now with the drums. So, how he does progress is to keep the ostinato. But you can hear the bass notes. I think that's down to an F. And it goes to G. I definitely remember that from the first time round. I kind of worked that out in my head. Wasn't quite sure what the key was until I played the piano, but I knew it was a 6, 7, 8 progression. You know, if you're an A minor, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So 6 is the F, 7 is the G. So you get that. I could definitely hear that progression in there, and of course that can come out in any key. If you're in D minor, for instance, it would be B flat, C, D. You start to pick up on that sort of sequence of chords. So down to F, to G, up to the A, to C, back to F. That's a great progression, it's very powerful. Ooh, I'm getting carried away. Let's keep on track and let's go. Space bar work. Strings. Counter melody. Guy knows how to build the drama. Bigger and bigger. Very epic. Very grand. Brass swell to end that section. Oh yes. Works really well. There's, I mean, I was saying about it being sinister. That's, of course, more sinister. Let's work out what that dissonant motif is. Most replayed, not a bit of wonder. It's a fish with lights. We like fish with lights. Yeah. Is that it? Sounds more dissonant than that. Yeah, it's the F sharp. That's one of the things I think that contributes it contributes to me feeling like it's like a piece of cinema is the immersive nature sounds within the music. I don't know whether they're in. I mean, obviously this is a music video. I don't know whether those. You can tell me whether those sound effects, for lack of a better term, are in they're on the record version. Or whether they've been added in for the purpose of the music video because of the nature element. I quite like that. Actually, just because I do write my own music, I can draw on something I released a year or two ago. And I actually sort of did that, sort of mixing in sort of thunderstorms, the sounds of birds, and the sounds of waves and things like that. But the way I did it, actually, even though when I created the video, and the video has lots of natural elements to it that tie in with the sounds, the way I did it was I made those sounds part of the music to begin with. So the music video was a secondary thing, although I was kind of thinking about it all together. But when I was sort of writing the music, I was adding in the nature sounds to the music. So they would have been on it. Whether there was a video or not, you still would have heard them. So you can let me know whether he has those included in the record or not, or whether they're in for the purpose of the video. But do you hear the bubbles of the water and stuff like that? You can hear it sounds like whale song. Easy for me to say. Whale song. And the bass notes are moving around a little bit, but that motif is definitely. I wonder, is there anything in that? It makes me think of Schumann. I really should read up on this because it's been so long and I will get the story wrong. But how Schumann is there. I don't know whether you can say. Oh yeah, you can kind of just about make him out. That's Mr. Schumann. That's Rachmaninoff, and that's Chopin. The trifecta of romantic piano composers. We're in good company. Maybe stick Thomas up there somewhere. But if there's wall space, he's going to be fighting for wall space up there, Anyway, what was I even talking about? Yeah, so that motif, D, A, B flat, F sharp, it doesn't spell anything. D, A, B, F, DAB. But the point I'm making is there could be some code in that. I know that there was something with Schumann. I'll maybe, whenever I'm editing the video, if I get time, I'll maybe find what it was and put it up and make a reference to it. That he definitely, and we won't have been the only composer, but to add sort of like, it's like a meta type thing. Whatever is going on, whatever the sort of content of the message of the music can be hidden actually in the note patterns. The reason why I bring that up, and it might be totally unrelated, but it's a kind of cool thing, isn't it? And not everybody's aware of it, of course. So that's kind of why I'm bringing it up. Because the motif itself is so different from that, which if that itself could have some hidden meaning as well as to why he's chosen those notes. But those are particularly odd to make a motif out of that. So I wonder, what has been the decision to create a motif out of those notes? Is it just because it sounds cool? Maybe it is. Maybe that's where it ends, but there could be something to it. So get your thinking caps on. I've got mine on. Oh, there's a final note. Yeah, don't know. I can't think of what it might be. Certainly not from the actual letters itself. Doesn't seem to spell anything out. Although I guess it could be something in Finnish. I don't know. I don't speak Finnish. There's the flapping of the bird wings and things like that. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Clock noise winding up. I think it is anyway, although it could be like a metronome. It almost has the sound. I don't know if it's already wound, but yeah, I can't go any further than that because I've already used my metronome and now I think I've broken it. But yeah, that little windy thing, you know, that's just a kind of cool idea. Wind it up and let it go. Yeah, now we're getting into this sort of metal stuff now before the floor comes in. That's also another thing that I've noticed them doing that before. I mentioned the subtle thing about the acoustic drums at the beginning, which sort of brought, you know, the real groove in at the beginning. You can see floor makes an appearance just before the vocals come in as well. So there's this sort of preempting us, letting us know what's subtly, you know, that things are about to change, or maybe that's going to feature this person, or do you know what I mean? Like that. It's all the Darwin books. Brass swells again, so that was used again as like a kind of like a transitional effect, you know. It's the brass swells, the climax out, you know. So he's used that twice so far to change scenery. Pedal note on the guitar and the bass, not completely the same note, but. She's in around the notes as well of that motif. Beautiful. Harmonies in. Was that the same drum fill? At the dun, 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 dun. Maybe not exactly, but it was reminiscent of that, again, like a transitional change. It is just a fill, and of course drum fills are used a lot of the time, but it makes me think a little bit, and I'm thinking like this because I write all my own music, right? And why that's relevant to how I'm hearing this is because not every band is like that. You know, a lot of bands that the drummer will put the drum parts on, the bassist will write the bass lines and so on, but there are some bands out there where there's one person who writes pretty much everything and then, you know, politely informs the other members of the band how to play it, you know. Which can be fun itself. But that's why I think of the dun 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 dun. Now, the drummer could be very much just tuned in to the composition, of course, that could happen, but it also could be because the composer has used that kind of thing before, and so it's not coming from a drummer's brain, because if we can make a slight sort of joke, you'd think, well, there's space for the drums, you know, or the guitarist, you know. Those moments are not, you know, you can't just paint in general strokes and say every time you hear that kind of thing that means that's like a band effort. But I think you're more likely to get that kind of thing in, you know, in a group where each of the members they contribute their parts, whereas, you know, if one person or two people have sort of wrote all of the instrumental parts, they kind of think about it a little differently, because they think about it more in the scheme of how it all fits within the architecture. Not to say anything is better or worse, but it's a subtle difference I tend to pick up on when I'm listening to music. Chromaticism in them. Is it just me, or are the underpants necessary? If you've already got a wetsuit on, why do you need underpants on the outside of that? Now, I'm really looking for stuff that probably isn't there, but they're kind of hot little pants. Just brought your pants with you and you were like, I'm going to put these pants on. I don't care. Don't know. No, there's no other type of clothing on the outside. Get your pants on there. Be funky. Oh, right. It's not a wetsuit. That's why. Is it? Are you just painted? Is that just a body paint? That could be why the pants are on. In which case, yeah, still talking about pants. Let's go on. Pretty sure that's a suit. That's not painted. Back to the music. Right, there do you see what I mean now? Listen to how loud the orchestra is compared to the band in that moment. Huge. Know how to write hooks, I'll give them that. I mean, this is my second time through, and I feel like I already know this chorus just from listening to the song once. Now, I know it's a long song, and it's probably featured a couple of times there, but that, yeah, despite the music being sophisticated with the orchestral arrangements and different things, they definitely have a way of getting sort of succinct. I have no cups of coffee here. That explains my... that kind of thing, you know. But yeah. So that was that. Let's keep going. That sounded like a timpani roll. Not to be confused with a sushi roll. Data, like that. Brass swells again. Bass prominent. That's in D. Kind of moving back and forth between D minor and G minor there. That's different. Must be the A major because it goes to B flat on it. Up. C. So 6, 7, 8. I like that. Dissonant. Yep. Phantom of the Opera vibes. Gonna be mega live. That's gonna be mega live, and everybody's in the crowd singing along to that. You know, that's such an anthem. Really nice. Do you also notice how with the accents, guitar isn't just going chin chin, it's like jun jun jun. That's coming in, it's contributing with it. So the instrumentation and the vocals all sort of really pushing on that to give such a sort of powerful effect. Nice. Up to G now. flat or the G sharp, whatever you want to call it there, but if we're in G. Right, dissonance for the win. There's Darwin with a smile. Yeah, it's unusual, very dissonant. Again, I feel like the brass and the orchestra are this like bam bam. You know, I'm really liking this decision to put the orchestra so loud in the mix. That riff on the guitar sounds like it's derived from that motif. It's a different key, is it? It's approximately like that. It's a little bit tricky to hear because it's very low and distorted. I think it is that. Something a little bit like that. Like the eruptions of the volcanoes. Again, brilliant. Goes with the music. Nice. Who else is on the chessboard? Obviously that's Einstein. Many of those guys, can you get, you know, I don't know. I'm guessing there's probably Plato and Big Jim from down the street. Shakespeare. Cool stuff on the right cymbal there. That works really well with that thunderous double kick roll and the floor singing that melody. Wow. Nice. And with all good music, it gets even better the more you listen to it. Is that a harp? I don't know if it is a harp. It's a little bit more metallic sounding. Who's that? I thought that was nice the first time I heard it. I wonder what's going on there. There's almost like a D minor 9 outline on that. It's not that. Could it be? Definitely an A minor over the D there. Ah, there we go. It's a B flat over D. Ah, B flat C. I should have heard it. It's a 6, 7, 8. Not exactly, of course, but that kind of pattern.
With the perfume of the timeless, her sighs on a deathbed.
Very Pink Floyd vibe going on there with the spoken word. What's that song with the narration on it? It makes me think of that.
We are their air dust on their palm. We are
That's at a children's choir? Kind of like a sort of xylophones. Time limit reached. Not sure how much I missed there. I think it was probably 30 seconds or so. I'll go back a little bit. I was mentioning how it sounds a little bit like a children's choir in there, and that this sounds a bit like there's a Pink Floyd song with the narration there.
with the perfume of the timeless, her sighs of a million loves.
Nice. Beautiful arrangement. Down we go. I've got the lovely bunch of coconuts. If I do say so myself. Super stuff. Really good. Really good. So, if you enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe. Consider supporting me on the channel. There's some different links in there, either on Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, or check out some of my own music as well. If you want to check out some music that you've never heard before. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. If you're passionate about piano, whether as a player or listener, or if you're considering online lessons or masterclasses, please visit my YouTube channel, John Wilson Online Piano Lessons. There you'll discover a wealth of piano performances, with many more to come. Based on demand, I'll also be introducing video tutorials for piano pieces. Thank you.